welcome to another episode of What's Up Refresh. I'm Dr. K.
And Nurse Fatima.
And we welcome you to this educational and possibly even entertaining episode of Aesthetics and Wellness. What are we going to talk about today, Nurse Fatima?
Today we're going to talk about a lot of these stuff are my favorites, by the way, BHRT.
All right, BHRT, what does that stand for? That stands for Bio-Identical Hormone Replacement Therapy. All right, this is why this is one of our favorite things, mostly because this is an undiscovered secret for a lot of people who don't realize that this is something that can really be life-changing for them. And, we talk about this all the time. Checking your hormones and balancing your hormones can potentially make a very, very big difference in your general outcome of your life.
With very little tweaking.
Just the little tweaks. So, hormone replacement therapy, everyone, at first you think about it, you're thinking, oh my God, okay, yes, grandma on Premarin, that must be for people in menopause. And it's actually not. So bioidentical hormone replacement therapy is for men and women. Believe it or not, there's actually something called andropause, which is like the male version of menopause. And so everyone actually should get checked. There's a lot of symptoms that people can have that can really be abated when you get your these things checked out and balanced. Like, what are some women's symptoms?
Like your hot flashes, your mood changing,
so like
your
mood
fogginess. Suddenly you gain weight in certain little areas that you don't mean to, and you've been exercising all your life and you're continuing to exercise.
Poor sleep.
But it's not. Poor sleep is number one, probably.
And of course, when we're talking about women's health here, it's not just women in menopause. You can even have hormone imbalances in your 30s, which can just lead to more of the mood instability issues, even if you may not necessarily be having issues more related to menopause, such as vaginal changes, which can be like dryness, which can lead to uncomfortable intercourse, or just some people find it even uncomfortable to wear underwear, from what I understand. It can also have an effect on your libido. These can all be improved with bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. We also have a lot of symptoms that men can benefit from. For example, we all know as men head into that middle age, where does the fat start to accumulate? It's in that spare tire, right? We all talk about the spare tire around that belly. That's all because of the hormone changes. As your testosterone level starts to drop, those are the kind of changes you see. You start to develop more fat, less muscle mass. Your energy level starts to drop. Libido can change. This can even lead to potential erectile dysfunction or ED, poor sleep, decreased energy levels. So, men can actually benefit a lot from hormone replacement therapy as well. So this brings me to our next point, because when you also start to mention hormones, a lot of people freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh my God, hormones, cancer, or other bad things. And it's really interesting because
that's probably the only bad things they're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, because I think everyone would probably stand to benefit from having better energy, better libido, better weight distribution, mood. So there's really not a reason to be afraid of it. You just have to have a good understanding. Part of this is you need to have a good medical screening examination. So you need to be with somebody who understands the hormone replacement therapy, who screens you to see if you are a good candidate for it. A lot of people are. And then from there, the other important thing is actually, so a lot of these affiliations that people have had with hormone therapy and cancer have come from back in the day when people were getting hormone treatment with commercially made hormone treatments. Like, for example, I don't want to call out names, but Premarin is just, it's kind of become like the household Kleenex of it. But, these are hormones that were made from extracted from horse urine, for example. And so the estrogen you get out of horse urine, even though it works and activates cells in the human body, it activates it at 20 to 30 times the strength that normal human hormone does. So it's kind of not a wonder why you have something that was brought in to be a hormone replacement end up being a bad thing, and because it's not really bioidentical. Okay, and so this is where like a huge difference comes in with BHRT. So we're bioidentical hormone replacement. What we're doing is we're actually using hormones that are literally identical to human hormone, that are not overactive, taken out from horse urine. And so all we're doing is shifting your hormone profile back to in your younger years when things were a little bit more balanced, and more active. And that does not equate to cancer. And that's, I think, where, I mean, there's the Women's Health Initiative that was done in the early 2000s. Halfway, it didn't even finish the study because the hormone replacement that they were doing there, literally people were having blood clots, they were having heart attacks, premature heart attacks, all kinds of disasters were happening.
Wow.
The study didn't even finish. The World Health Organization said, don't do it, right? But again, those were based on studies using what kind of hormones? The wrong kind of hormones. So this brings the question as to why bioidentical hormone therapy, and why does everybody not up to speed? So a lot of people's doctor's offices don't even offer this stuff. And shall I share why?
Yes.
This is why. This is all purely financial. Okay, pharmaceutical companies need to make money. They make money because they patent a product and now nobody else can sell it except for them, right? But bioidentical hormones are things that exist in nature. You can't patent something that's in nature. For example, you can't patent oxygen. It doesn't exist. So if you can't patent it, you can't really make a whole lot of money off of it. And pharmaceutical companies are not going to push for something that they can't patent. Hence, none of this stuff has really been entered into our Western medicine. BHRT is way more popular outside of the United States, where medications and such are under much stricter control. Even regular drug prices are way cheaper if you go to England than here, or even Canada. And so that it's all basically because of finances, that a lot of doctors' offices haven't been educated on it, and due to lack of education from the pharmaceutical companies who have no interest in it, a lot of people don't even realize that something like this exists. But it's bioidentical hormones, not stuff gotten from a horse urine that's 20 to 30 times the strength of regular hormones. And it's no wonder that people had issues with that. But we have great success with BHRT. So screening to make sure you're a good candidate is really helpful. And then also, we would want to make sure you have all your levels and everything checked, so that we're balancing you properly, and that you're not getting overstimulated or under, and that way you get the most beneficial effects.
And there's always a lot of communication when it comes to when a client comes to our office. We communicate a little. We like to be a little more intimate when it comes to a situation like this, and any actually treatments. I like to know how you're feeling, what your thoughts are. Do you need any education? Do you need to be reminded of anything? Do you have any questions? So we always like our clients to have that comfort at their right on their hands, actually, with their phones. So you have our phone number. You can text me, call me at any time. And basically, they have that comfort that makes it much more easier. We're always there to educate, and always love to have our clients actually be educated before they make any decisions. So even if you're not in the LA area and you're somewhere else, you need to get some information, let us know. Text, comment, and we will send it your way.
But do get in touch with your healthcare provider, whether you choose us or anyone else, and ask them about getting your hormone profiles checked and getting started on bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It can really be life-changing for the vast majority of people who are good candidates for this. Otherwise, I think we have hashed this out pretty good. We may go into some more details at some point in the future, but thank you.
BHRT is the anti-aging, the future.
Yes.
Learn more about it.
And we thank you for joining us on What's Up Refresh. Dr. K
and Nurse Fatima.
We'll see you soon.